2, 1. And we are live on another Wednesday night, June 16, 2021, the K&K Sports Show. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to get right to the comments before I even get to you guys. Our good friend Henry Zimenoff, wild day in sports so far today. I don't know what you're going to talk about first. Oh, wait, a lot of NBA news to cover, I guess. Henry's right. We got tons and tons of news. Eddie Murphy, hello. Hello, good evening. Just want to say I thought it was Christmas last night. Yanks coming back from 3 down, and the Nets down by 16 and a half. I don't know, last time they won on the same night, LOL. What a night for Net fans. What a night for you, Eddie. We're going to talk about the Nets in a little bit. And Mr. Kirkpatrick saying he unplugged his computer. I don't know what that means. But how are you, Mr. Siciliano?
Very good. And I'd like to thank Marty again. I know he wanted me to wear this jersey tonight that I won for getting the most draft picks by Mr. Devontae Smith jersey. But unfortunately, this jersey will not be worn until September 4th when we open up against Miami. And I hope you can understand that, my friend. No hard feelings.
No. But it's beautiful. I'll tell you. It is beautiful.
Yep.
Bobby Blackjack, the boss, the I-95 boss, is saying Brooklyn. And you know what? He's got every right, man. KD, we're going to get into this in a little bit, but KD showed that he's the best player in basketball. It also showed the team doesn't need Kyrie Irving, but we'll get into that in a second. But listen, KD, man, what he did, I'll tell you this. I read this yesterday, sis, on a tweet. It said, KD, with no Kyrie, and they were saying Harden injured, you'd have
Right.
LeBron James running off that court, not wanting to play. You know what? Kevin Durant went on that court, took it on him, took it to Milwaukee. Bobby saying he was screaming last night. Listen, it's a great, great victory. I'm going to tell you this. We're going to bring this up later, and while we're getting Kenny on, I'll see what Bobby's comment is. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't even play these two guys. I wouldn't play Durant or Harden tomorrow night because they're not going to win in Milwaukee anyway. Rest them for Game 7 and put all your eggs in one basket. Because why get them hurt, sis? You know what I mean? Why? Like, you're going to lose anyway. You know?
Right.
Why risk anything for Game 7? Rest them for Game 7. Maybe
Makes sense.
And just get to Game 7 as healthy as you can. Henry Zimenoff saying LaMelo Ball was named NBA's Rookie of the Year for 2021 regular season. His stats were insane. I don't even know why. Listen, I loved LaMelo Ball. Sis, you were a LaMelo Ball fan.
When
you
he
were
played
high
for
on
the
him
Knicks.
coming out. But
Yep.
no, hey, he's going to be good, man. Listen, he might be better than the brother already 1 year in. While Kenny's trying to come on, do you want me and you just to do a little quick hitters, or should I wait for Mr. Kirkpatrick?
You're the boss. It's your show.
Eddie's saying anything can happen in a Game 7. I wouldn't rest KD and see how we are after the third quarter. See, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about that, sis, for tomorrow night? Do you play him,
No.
especially Harden?
No. Yeah, you play him. This is do or die. It's not you can't go in with the headset. It's personally they're in trouble. I think they are anyway. But yeah, you play everybody. No playing around. Nope.
But sis, a lot of minutes. I mean, KD played 48. I think Harden played 46. I mean, are you going to do that again? Now you lose, and you're going to expect them to do that again in a Game 7?
Again, you're bringing up some great points. I mean, it's.
Maybe I like Eddie's idea. Bobby's saying I'd get DeAndre Jordan some playing time, but Joe Harris needs to effing show up. Yeah, and I'm shocked about that, Bobby. I mean, listen,
Yep.
Best shooter on the team, was getting nice looks, but hey, he just needs one game. He just needs one game to come on and shoot his way through, and he'll be okay. What else? Eddie Murphy is saying Harden shouldn't have played 46 minutes last night. Too much for a guy with the hammy problems. Agree or disagree with that, sis?
I agree. I agree.
And we got Mr.
You know,
Kirkpatrick back.
unless you had a hamstring injury, man, it's yeah, that's a touchy thing. That's a very touchy injury there, and it doesn't. Yeah, if it's a grade 1, 2, or 3, again, that all depends. It could be high, low, or in the middle. So it's kind of again, it's kind of tough. Excuse me.
Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you?
Better now.
Okay.
Cord got stuck on the dang desk and knocked the computer out right when the show started. But I'm back.
You're back. You're back. So let's get this. Let's get right into quick hitters, all right? I got a bunch of quick hitters. I want to hit them all. I'm going to start. We'll go Sis and then Kenny, all right? Sis, you start us off. Here we go. Quick hitters number 1 for the night.
Okay.
Okay? Quick hitters number 1. Derek Carr of the Las Vegas Raiders said the other day, if he gets traded, he will retire. Do you believe him, yes or no?
Yeah, I do.
Kenny.
I think we'll call it quits. Yep.
Kenny.
I agree with Sis. I think so. I think he's loyal to that team. I think he's up in age. I agree with Sis. I think he calls it quits if he retires.
I'm going to say he's not. I don't think he wants to leave Vegas, is why he's saying it. But I do believe that if he did get moved, I think he would still play. Number 2, and listen, big news like Henry was saying before. CP3 today tested positive. Should the NBA, now with all the vaccinations and all this, yada, yada, should the NBA change their protocol or should they keep it to what it was with how many days he has to stay away from the game? Sis.
I think they should keep their protocol. You know, that's my opinion. But again, with this thing, every week, every 2 weeks, you know, things change rapidly. So you know, it's again, that's another toughie, man.
Kenny.
Another toughie.
You're gonna have all these fans. You're gonna have to pay some consequences. And basically, I'm gonna agree again. The protocol's got to stay, but I'm just gonna add this. You got all these fans. You can't trust everybody in this world. We know that. So that means every player's exposed.
Yeah.
If they're saying he got exposed, then everybody's getting exposed every time you're at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Question is he vaccinated? That's the question.
Right.
Because I feel workplace I'm in, I think eventually it become mandatory for a vaccination in the healthcare, but I think it should be mandatory in professional sports too if you're going to have all these people at stadiums.
Henry is saying the NFL changed the COVID protocols for vaccinated players earlier. Number 3, Kenny, and this is what I was getting to a little before you came back on. Should Steve Nash, tomorrow night, Game 6 at Milwaukee, should he sit A, Kevin Durant, B, James Harden, C, Harden and KD, or 4, neither?
What was the question? Sit?
Should he sit him? Just completely sit him in Game 6 and put all your eggs in the basket for Game 7. Don't get Harden any more hurt. Sis, what do you think? Would you sit Harden, KD, both, or neither?
No, nobody sits. Everybody plays. This is it. This is either the season or good night, Irene. So that's my opinion.
Kenny.
Nope. Don't go for sitting out players.
I disagree a little bit. If Harden's hurt, which definitely is, give him a little rest. And you know what? If we lose in Milwaukee, we lose in Milwaukee. But you know what? We proved that we can beat you in Brooklyn. So good luck beating us at home.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm very disappointed. Don't ever say we and us in that statement again. No, we. What do you mean we? You're not Brooklyn. Us. What are you, jumping ship?
What did I say?
You said we and us. If we beat you. Meaning you're part of Brooklyn.
Oh, no. Meaning let them beat you, I meant.
Okay, better. I disagree with you. Harden shouldn't play at all. And KD, Eddie's saying the third quarter, I want to see right out of the gate. If it's 18-4, sit Durant, put all your marbles at home in Game 7. I can't get him hurt. I can't get him hurt.
Harden's got to sit, in my opinion.
Eddie's saying, Kenny, come into the dark side. Smart man. Number 4, sis. Would you hire Nets assistant coach Mike D'Antoni as your head coach for your basketball team?
Never.
Kenny.
Me, no, but will he get another head coaching job? Yes.
Totally agree with you on both of those. Number 5, sis. Should Jacob deGrom today be the National League MVP?
He should be, excuse me, the MVP in both leagues. Yeah. I mean, come on. The guy's phenomenal, man. He's just, it's like, it's unreal watching it. I love watching the Mets now, I'm telling you. I'm a big Mets guy the last couple of weeks.
There you go. Sis, Kenny, what about you?
You said right now, yes. I got to see it after All-Star break. It's a long season. You know, it's a long season. So if he's got a 2 ERA, a 2.5 ERA, no, he's not MVP. But if he's got a 0, if he's got an under 1 ERA at the end of the year, 1,000,000%, he's the MVP.
We're getting a hello from Sherry Williams, guys.
Hey, cousin.
Saying hello, my friends. Hello, Sherry. Henry saying DeGrom is doing great so far. Got 6 RBIs and gave up 4 earned runs. That's just crazy. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
All right, let's get back to this. Number 6. Do you think Christian Eriksen, the soccer player who collapsed in the Euros on Saturday, do you think he will ever play again, sis?
Absolutely.
Kenny.
Yeah, he'll play again. Absolutely. I agree. Why, he'll be back.
Okay, next one. Will you be watching any more of the Euro tournament, sis?
No.
Kenny.
Bits and pieces.
I'm with you
I'll
on
be
that.
at your house eating Bella's pizza.
All right, sis.
Got to root for the Italianos, sis. The Italianos are in it.
Eddie's
Kurt, we
asking.
gotta go. Kurt, we got to go on the iPad on Saturday when I come down. We got to eat the pizza in front of Kenny.
Oh yeah. Eddie's asking why he collapsed. He had a cardiac arrest during the match. Eddie, check it out. They said that they actually lost him and they brought him back like on the field. It's crazy. Watch the highlights. It's crazy, Eddie.
It is crazy.
Sis, a little spoiler. You can eat that pizza in front of me because I'm going to be coming to visit at the end of July for that whole week and ending the week with a wedding. And
Well, we're gonna take you to your favorite spot when you get down here. You know where that is, so just relax.
and the B&J, we believe, are related to roses. So
There you
that's
go.
all.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
got to know about that.
That's exactly
All
where
right.
we're headed.
Hold on, quick hitters. I got a couple more. I want to hit them all. Is Kevin Durant the best player in the NBA today, sis?
No.
Kenny?
I believe he is.
I'm with
believe
you.
he is.
Kenny, I'm with you.
I believe he is. Kurt.
Next one. This is going to sound crazy. In their prime, at their best, sis, you taking Kevin Durant or LeBron James?
Toughie. I don't like LeBron James, but I'm going to say LeBron James in his prime.
Kenny?
That's tough. But I'm going to have to go back in his prime because I don't like neither one of them today. I don't like their attitudes. But prime, I'm going to go LeBron James by a small margin, very small.
I'm not. I'm taking KD. What KD put that team on his back last night. You know what? I don't want to hear LeBron always has garbage excuses. He's heard he would run off the court. That guy last night on the biggest stage. First, Milwaukee was stupid, and we'll get into that. But I mean, what he did last night, I'm sorry. That to me, it's
Eddie
impressive.
Murphy's got a question for Sis, Kurt. Put him on the spot.
Go ahead.
Sis.
Go ahead.
Eddie Murphy wants to know if KD isn't, who is the best?
Hold up, Eddie. There you go.
He's just putting his Devontae Smith up. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. All right, let me get to these next ones because I want to hit all of them. Here we go. Sis, will Becky Hammon, assistant coach from the Spurs, will she get a head coaching job and become the first woman to be a head coach in the NBA?
Truthfully, I hope she does. I would love to see that. Absolutely.
Kenny.
I think so, and I think best fit for her would be a small market team.
Yes. Kenny, assist. Does
Sir.
Tim Tebow make the final roster for the Jaguars?
Absolutely.
I'm with you. Kenny?
What was the question?
Will Tim Tebow make the final roster for the Jaguars?
Yes, and he will be also the Jaguars TV evangelist along with that.
Okay. A little of everything. All right, here we go. Two more, couple things. Quick hitters, real quick. I'm gonna name you the team. You have to give me the player. I'm gonna ask you who the starter is gonna be. Here we go. Opening day, New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston, sis.
Hill.
Kenny.
I missed the question again. I don't know what's going on with my video here.
Who's going to be the starter opening day for New Orleans? Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston?
Winston.
I'm with you on Winston. New England, sis. Cam Newton or Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
Kenny?
I disagree. Cam Newton.
I'm going to go Cam,
They
but
just had it in today. They had it.
But
Excuse me.
They
They had an update today. Excuse me, Kenny. They had an update today. He passed him up today in the drills and everything. Belichick really likes him.
I think they're going to be a
I'm
combo. I think it's going to be a combo.
Oh,
Somehow.
you think they're gonna play both of them?
Yeah, I do. I
All
do.
right.
I do.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Let's get back to this again. Week 2, Denver. Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, sis.
Well, you had talked about that the other night last week, and again, it's on Vic. I mean, it's so hard. Do you let the kid start, and then if he doesn't do good the first couple of games, you yank him and put Teddy in?
Yes.
I think that's what I think the scenario is really going to be.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
They're going to go with the kid. If the kid shines, the kid stays on the field. If he doesn't, he's gone. Bridgewater's in.
I totally agree. Kenny.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Drew Lock, like you guys said, for Drew Lock, short leash, 3 weeks, 4 weeks tops. You better be at least 2-2, or Teddy's coming in.
Jimmy Eiserman is saying, "What's up, fellas?" Hello, Jimmy.
Hello, Jim.
Okay, and then
you guys are party line to, by the way, to a wedding gone bad.
Here we go.
Cousin.
And listen to this one opening day. Andy Dalton or Justin Fields for the Bears?
Wow.
Sis.
My gut's going to say Dalton only because he has the experience. Fields is a rookie, obviously. So I'll go with Dalton. And it's the same thing. He'll get a couple of games. If he doesn't do it, in comes Fields.
Mr. Kenny.
I got to go Andy Dalton because that's a prime time Sunday night game. You're going to put all that pressure on this kid in the first week of the season. I mean, you'll see him play a series or two, but I ain't going to start him week 1 against the Rams.
And here's my last part. I have 4 quick questions, and the answer has to be either Kurt, Kenny, or Sis, and you can vote for yourself. Are you ready for this? Which one of us would you take to lead us on a camping trip? Be the leader of a camping trip. Sis, who are you going to take out of us 3? You could pick yourself.
Kenny.
I am picking Sis. Kenny, you're the tiebreaker.
I ain't picking you. That's
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm not going to pick myself, so I'll go Sis.
Okay, number 2. Out of us 3, who would you pick, Sis, to prepare a 5-course meal?
Definitely me, without a doubt.
I'm going with Sis also, Mr. Kirkpatrick.
I'm going to go Sis, but if my cousins still listen, I learned how to cook pretty well when I moved down here to Maryland, and I cooked for my father and family quite often. So, but I'm going to go Sis because I've had his 5-course meals already.
Okay, and 2 more. Which one of us would you put in charge to put together a piece of furniture?
Jenny Oops.
I second that one. It ain't you, Kurt.
It's not me.
It ain't me. I
I'm
can tell
gonna
you
go
that much.
Jenny Hoops too, because I don't think any of us. And this is
No,
and here's
Jenny
the last
Hoops.
one. Which one of us three would you want to be a DJ at a party or a gathering, sis?
Kurt Valenti, hands down.
Mr.
I'll
Kirkpatrick.
second Kurt.
I'm putting myself
second.
on that one because we get those mixes going,
DJ,
sis.
DJ Valenti's
Let's
the
go.
best.
Let's go.
Yep.
All right, that was the quick hitters. We went a little old later because Mr. Kirkpatrick's computer. But just so we know tonight, we're gonna have a special guest. Eddie's saying me. We're gonna have a special guest coming in at 9:20 hour to talk Broncos, Briggsy, Mania, and a little of NHL Avs and some hockey. J. Rock Smith from our great friends, the Rocky Mountain Sports Report. Please, guys, check them out. Awesome with obviously Colorado sports, but all sports. But you want Colorado sports, check these guys out. And Kenny, what we got coming up next? Eddie,
Some NBA.
hey sis, Eddie Murphy saying Kurt's mixtapes were fire back in the day.
Yes, sir, Eddie.
Go ahead, Mr. Kirkpatrick. The show is yours.
It's time to talk a little NBA plus, guys. I think that's that's the first take of the night. Kurt, you hit a couple of the things in the quick hitters, so we'll eliminate a couple of the questions I had. But let's start with the Nets Bucks. I'm going to go with Kurt first, since he's we're all Knicks fans, but Kurt, I'm going to go to you first because you and I have been on these Nets all season, and want your overall thoughts on the game first, Game 5.
My
Just
overall
Game
thoughts,
5.
I'm going to make sis laugh right now, and I'm not joking when I said this, and I said to Jenny Hoops last night, I would have fired Mike Budenholzer after Game 5 and not let him coach the rest of the series. Because what they did last night is an absolute disgrace. First off, let me say, Kevin Durant, hats off to you, man. You proved you're the best in the NBA. You took the big stage. It also proved that that team does not and should not have Kyrie Irving, and he's the guy they should move for someone else. We'll get into that in another night. But KD, hats off. But you blow an 18 or 17-point lead, you don't double the guy, that's an absolute disgrace. And Greek Freak, I am so sick of hearing him because James Harden, first off, guts, played last night. But 2, 104, minute 30 left. Greek Freak's posting up. Harden actually tells the defenders, get out, I don't need you, don't come over. And you do a fadeaway, turnaround fadeaway? Greek Freak? And Eddie Murphy's calling this out. He's supposed to be first team defense. He hasn't covered Durant once. Fraud of the night. And how Budenholzer is even allowed to coach that team tomorrow, it's a disgrace. Disgrace, 17. You don't double team the guy? What are they doing? What is he doing? Seriously, disgraceful. But hats off to KD. Hats off to him. But disgraceful from the Bucks.
Exactly. Kurt, sis.
Not much to add. Kurt nailed it all.
I agree. Kurt, you were talking today, and I agree 100%. Budenholzer's got to go. Okay, the guy, where did he coach before Milwaukee? Atlanta. He had a decent team in Atlanta, and they got rid of him. Okay. What
Kenny,
did Atlanta
real quick,
do?
Kenny, I got to interrupt you. Breaking news from Eddie Murphy. DeGrom left the game early today with shoulder soreness.
Oh, boy.
That's trouble. It's trouble is getting them through a full season. It's tough. No, Budenholzer, terrible. You hit it on the nail today, Kurt, when we were talking, and you said the Hawks double teamed Julius Randle because Julius Randle was our best player,
Right.
And the Hawks said somebody else is going to beat us.
And that's Julius Randle. And they won't
And
do it to
Julius
Kevin
Randle,
Durant?
who's not in Kevin Durant's league. Hats off to Kevin Durant. Hats off to the Nets. Okay, you got to make adjustments. You're going to have to, I don't know. You got to do something. And if I was the Nets, I would clearly sit Harden because, get him a little more, get his hamstring a little, fresh for a little better for Game 7, and win it in Brooklyn, And I hope, I gotta hope the Sixers or Hawks can do it because I got no confidence in the Budenholzer, Giannis, and Middleton run Bucks.
But come on, Kenny. We're watching that game last night. Sis is a basketball coach. All they were doing is, bring up the ball. They weren't even like posting up KD. It was just top of the key, give it to KD. Run somebody at him. Double him. They just let him go. They ran pick and roll the whole night. Jumper. Just like, what are you doing, Budenholzer? And when do you grab Giannis and tell him cut it out with the jump shots? That he has no control over that team. I have no faith. There's no way they're going to. I said to Jen last night when they were up 17, I said, they'll lose this game. They'll lose that game. Terrible.
God's honest truth, I was working last night. I didn't watch 1 minute of the game live. On a break later on in the evening, I looked at the box score. I said, Durant, 49 points. They didn't double team him.
Nope. Not once.
That's all I needed to see. And I said that as a person who didn't even watch the game. I said, they like Kevin Durant beat.
Not once.
Let him score his 30 to 35. You can't let him score 50.
Right.
You can't. You gotta make an adjustment.
Listen, if Jeff Green beat you, hats off to you. Blake Griffin, hats off to you. The guy Brown with the crooked headband, hats off to you. But let them beat you. They literally basically were like, go ahead, KD, and KD buried him. Buried him. You think I'm talking about? I would have fired him last night after that performance. I would have fired him. I would have. It's disgraceful.
Now let me ask you a question: If they lose to the Nets in the series, is Budenholzer gone?
Hell yeah!
Gotta be right.
How could he not?
Gotta be right.
That's 2 years he didn't get to the final. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, he's gone. Yep.
He's gone. Every year you keep adding money to the roster. Who are you going to get next? He's terrible. Miami outcoached him, and Steve Nash, who does nothing, is going to outcoach him.
Who do you think? The last question with this: Who gets by? Nets or the Bucks? To find a way to recover from this, or are they done?
I think the Bucks are going to win tomorrow, but Game 7, there's just you got to coach. Like in a Game 7. I just have no confidence in him. I don't.
I think the Nets win in 7. Sis.
Again, it's tough. I'll say the Nets in 7 too.
Let's move on to the series here. Clippers and Jazz. That series has made news. Jazz 2-0 start at home. Clippers won the last 2. Back in Utah, but the big news, Kawhi Leonard is out.
Kenny, one more thing from Eddie. He's talking Budenholzer had the best team in the East 2 of the last 3 years and nothing to show for it. Point blank, Eddie. Nailed it. He's got to be gone. Got to be gone.
Yep.
Got it.
Sis, how much does this hurt the Clippers? And what's going to happen tonight and the rest of the series now with Kawhi Leonard out?
Big. That's a big missing piece. I think I said it all along. I think Utah Jazz is going to win the whole time. Mm-hmm. And I think they'll win tonight.
Kurt, how about you? What are your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, listen, I think Kawhi was probably the second best player in the playoffs behind KD. And, he was been showing it, and it's going to throw a wrench into their plans. There's no way you can, put your lean on Paul George to be the leader and get that done. So I agree with Sis. I think it's done, and I think Utah's going to go to the finals. And
it's in Utah tonight, so that's trouble right there. I'd see it too. Conley out, but that Conley and Kawhi Leonard are not on the same level by any means. So, that's going to take a big chunk out of them. Phoenix made news too, guys. We had Chris Paul out, but good thing is Clippers Jazz is 2-2, and Chris Paul's going to be out for a week or two. He's not going to miss, in my opinion, the whole series. Whoever wins that. So, and then we got the Hawks and Sixers tied 2-2 back in Philly. The Hawks were down 18 at one point in the second half and came all the way back in a hard-fought victory. I guess my question would be, tonight's game, Kurt, Do the Hawks get the home field back and win tonight, or is
No,
it back? And forth?
right now it's 46 to 31. Philly is up 15.
Something up with our Wi-Fi or
Philly is
something.
up 15. And I think Philly wins this, and I think Philly will put them away in 6.
Hawks, Sixers, sis.
Hawks.
You got the Hawks. I like the Sixers. I think they win it. I think this is another one that goes 7, though. The Hawks seem to be winning at home now.
I agree.
I think this is another one that goes 7, and I like the Sixers. And Doc Rivers is – if Doc Rivers was in Milwaukee, we'd be looking at a 3-2 matchup, in my opinion. Bucks 3, Nets 2 going into Milwaukee, because Doc Rivers has proved in this series to make the adjustments. Nate McMillan shown to know how to double team. So unfortunately for us as Knicks fans, we got to watch Budenholzer coach the best, second best talented team in the East. But unfortunately, we got to watch that, because if any of these other coaches were on there, I think the Nets would be in trouble. McMillan or Doc Rivers. That's just my opinion. So Hawks, Sixers, you guys like the Sixers to win the series?
I like Philly.
To win the series, yeah.
All right. That's going to be it for NBA, I think, guys. I think you got a question. You got an all-in, right, Kurt? You want to talk about?
I got a real quick all-in. You guys could just answer this as all-in, on the fence, or I'm out. And it's going to get back to this KD thing. And, think of it as coaches. You guys were both coaches. Kenny, we coached together. Sis, you and I coached together. And you watched that game last night, and even with a 17-point game, 17-point lead, and now that lead dwindles down, right? So this guy is just absolutely destroying you. I'm sorry, but I am all in. I am double teaming this guy. I am triple teaming this guy. I am coming up with something to where I just cannot allow Kevin Durant to beat me. And I tip my hat if anybody else does it. So I'm going to be honest. I would literally last 3 minutes of a game, as soon as he gets the ball, I am running a second guy on him. I am all in on it. I don't care what happens. If they get a dunk, if they get an open 3, I'm taking it. But I cannot let the best guy in basketball, who's absolutely on fire, beat me in a pivotal Game 5 series. If Milwaukee won 1-1 last night, that series would be over tomorrow. And now they can blow the series because of what they did last night. So I am all in, double teaming him that whole game. And I don't care what happens. I don't care. I don't care if somebody else goes off. Jeff Green hits 10 threes. Blake Griffin, Shamit, those guys, I don't care. Tip your hat. But I am not allowing him to beat me. Just like I'm not allowing, as I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I am not allowing Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill beat me. They could run the ball up and down the field. I am taking the deep play away. I'm going to make Mahomes get 6 and 4 and 4, but he's not going to get 60 out of the gate. So, what? You agree with me? Are you all in, on the fence, or I'm out? But I am all in. I am starting tomorrow night and Game 7. I am double teaming KD that whole game. He will not beat me. Sis, all in with me, on the fence, or I'm out, and you won't do that as a game plan?
All in, but I don't think they'll do it.
But what would you do? You would do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kenny, what about you?
Our New York Knicks, Julius Randle against Atlanta Hawks regular season, destroyed them.
Mm-hmm.
They made a coaching change over there. Nate McMillan took over. I believe the last game we played Atlanta, they had no Trae Young. Remember, he got hurt.
Right.
Don't know what Julius Randle averaged in those games, but I could tell you it was in the high 20s at least. Playoffs came. What did he do? They double-teamed Julius Randle. We all know what Julius Randle looked like in the playoffs.
Yep.
Okay. They let somebody else beat us. There was nobody else who beat them. Nobody, the Hawks said, you beat us, and that's it. Julius is not going to beat us. Julius didn't beat them.
And Julius didn't beat him.
Jeff Green scored 27 points. Hats off to you.
Hats off to you.
Blake Griffin, 17 points. Hats off to you. You do that again in Game 6 tomorrow night. Hats off to you. KD is going to get his 25 to 30. But that should be it. I don't want to see no 49, 50 points from him.
Kenny, here's the thing. You just said Jeff Green. You just said Jeff Green, right? 27. But can you get 41, Jeff? Because 27, you're going to have to score another 14, 16 points.
KD. 49 points, KD. You can even give up 30 to 35 for KD.
Yeah.
And still win easily.
You win the game.
Still win that game by almost double digits.
Hey, couple things. Eddie Murphy. Oh, sorry.
I am all in more than any all in you've ever done before. You got to double team this guy. Harden's got a strained hamstring. He's not 100%.
Yep.
You don't have to double team Harden. You put Holiday on Harden and double team Tucker and Greek Freak need to be on Durant. Not Tucker and Middleton. Greek Freak, you're the defensive guy, defense.
Right.
You're going to cover KD with PJ Tucker. That's how you stop him.
Yep. A couple comments. Eddie.
Let Brown shoot. You see Brown? He doesn't want to shoot.
Nope. Let him shoot.
Let him. Nobody needs to cover him. Let him score his 10 points.
Just makes no sense. Makes no sense. Let this guy just beat you single-handedly. Stupid on their part. Dumb. I thought they should have fired. Seriously, they should have fired him last night. Seriously, what's he gonna do differently? He's got nothing in 2 years. Couple comments coming in. Eddie Murphy. I don't know, Kurt. I think I want you taking Boone's spot. Hold on. I think I want you taking Boone's spot as the manager of the Yankees. Manny's saying Kurt for president. Eddie's saying Kurt 2024. Manny's saying he got my vote. Eddie's saying if I was the Bucks, I'd put 3 people on KD because not many of Nets role players have showed up for the series. There's it from a Net fan. That's exactly what we're saying. We're doing it as coaches, sis. Think about it. What is Coach Brislin? What do we always say with Ramapo, sis? Take their number 1 away, right, sis? Make them do something they don't want to do. But this just, go ahead, KD. Go ahead, eat this guy alive. Eat that guy alive. Eat that guy. They blew a 17-point lead. That series would be over tomorrow night. Done. What are they gonna do? I just want to see it for pure laughter. I hope Milwaukee wins, and I want to see what he does Game 7 Saturday night. Budenholzer. What's he gonna do? And Greek Freak, go down low and friggin' get little jump hooks. Why is he shooting from outside? I don't know, man.
And I'll tell you one that drives you even more crazy. Brooks Lopez shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah, but at least he could shoot. The Greek Freak can't shoot a free throw, and he's shooting 3-point.
Brooks Lopez can shoot. Did you see him shoot those air balls the other night? I don't know. Wow. I know.
Sis, Maria.
I'm all in with everything. I'm throwing the house, the car. I'm all in. Double team.
Sis, Maria O'Connor Crispiano's checking in tonight.
Hello, Maria. How are you?
All right, so that's the all in. We're all in. I think we got rapid fire with Sis coming up.
Yep, it's that time.
We got 10 minutes of rapid fire with Sis part 1.
Okay, let's start and keeping score. We'll start off with Mr. Kilpatrick. What year did the Vietnam War end? 1972, 1973, 1974, or 1975? Mr. Kilpatrick.
I'll go 75. That was the year I was born.
Very good. You got it. Mr. Valenti. What year did the Berlin Wall fall? 1981, 1989, 1987, or 1986?
1981.
Berlin Wall. Incorrect. 1989. Kenny. You thought what?
I thought that was Ronald Reagan.
No. Kenny. There's no selection here. You got to either know it or not. True or false? The man who shot Alexander Hamilton, his name was Aaron Burr. True or false?
True.
You got it. Mr. Valenti. The following ingredients not used in brewing beer: hops, yeast, vinegar, or malt.
Vinegar.
Very good. Nailed it. Kenny, most densely polluted city in the United States: Connecticut, New Jersey, Rhode Island, or your Maryland?
New Jersey.
Very good. 3 for 3.
Eddie said he can't be part of Sis's rapid fire. He didn't pay attention in history, LOL. I don't know if any of us did.
Stephen Stills, Kurt, from Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. He left this following band to join Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Was it the Yardbirds, Spencer Davis Band, Buffalo Springfield, or Blind Faith?
Blind faith.
Buffalo Springfield. Sorry, Chief. Mr. Kilpatrick. In Georgia, it's illegal to eat with a fork. Spare ribs, fried chicken, French fries, or pizza. Illegally in Georgia to eat with a fork.
Fried
Spare
chicken.
ribs. What's that?
Fried chicken.
You got it. 4 for 4.
Oh, Kenny, what?
I actually eat fried chicken with a fork.
Me too.
Kurt, the first hockey puck used in outdoor arena was made of the following: old tires, rubber sneakers, cowhide, or frozen cow dung.
What's the second one?
Old tires, rubber sneakers, cowhide, or frozen cow dung.
Frozen sneakers.
Frozen cow dung.
No, I'm wrong. I was going to say sneakers.
Okay. Minus. Kenny's up. In Minnesota, Kenny, it is illegal to tease what animal? Polar bear, skunk, monkeys, or a gorilla?
Skunk.
Man, Kenny, he's hot.
Kenny sees your notes.
Kenny's on fire. Kurt, Marilyn Monroe's natural hair color was blonde, brunette, red, or black? Her natural hair color.
Black.
Man, you're batting 0 tonight, buddy. It was red.
Budenholzer must be coaching Kirk tonight.
Yeah.
Kenny, who sang about Eggman and a Walrus? What group was this? The Dave Clark Five, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, or Black Sabbath?
What was the song name?
I am a walrus. I am an Eggman. Those words are in the song.
Black Sabbath?
Nope. Beatles, man. I thought for sure you'd have
Eddie
that one.
Murphy saying, who would tease a skunk? I wouldn't want to get sprayed, LOL.
That's why it's illegal.
Kurt, in the month of June in Wyoming, it is illegal to take a picture of what? A horse, a rabbit, a skunk, or a dog. In Wyoming, it's illegal to take a picture
A rabbit.
What? Very good. Did you know that?
Nope, but I'm kind of figured it out. It wasn't a skunk.
All right. Okay. Kenny, on an average, Americans do this 22 times a day. They yawn, they blink their eye, they swallow, or they open the refrigerator door. on an average. 22 times a day.
You on?
Nope. Open the refrigerator door. I found that hard to believe, too.
That's a lot of times.
Kurt, in Kansas, it is illegal to eat cherry pie with milk, ice cream, soda, or coffee.
Milk.
Ice cream.
How about this one? We're getting one from the audience. Is this true or false? In Lodi, there's a pet store where you can buy a skunk that's sprayed. True or false?
True.
It is.
I'm going to go true.
Eddie's saying it's true.
There you go.
I'll tell Jen we're going to buy a skunk.
We're going to Kenny. Where did the fruit kiwi originate from? England, China, Japan, or Russia? Kiwi fruit. What's that?
England?
China.
Kiwis are good.
Kurt, the first fruit ever to be eaten on the moon. An apple, an orange, a peach, or a slice of watermelon?
I heard this. Watermelon.
No, it's a peach.
No?
No, it's a peach. Kenny, what do you call? No, how could you tell the age of a horse? By its tail, by its nose, by its teeth, or by its legs? You should know the answer to this, Mr. Patrick.
It's his teeth.
Very good. You got it.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Kurt, what is a baby goat called? A fawn, a kid, goat weed, or goat hickey?
What's the first one?
A fawn, a
Yeah,
kid.
a fawn.
No, called a kid. Not doing too
Wait,
good
wait, we
tonight
got a
there.
question. We got a question from the audience. Eddie Murphy's asking, I want to know how many hours does this take to come up with these questions? It would take me a month.
Tell them the truth, about an hour and 20 minutes.
There you go. There you go.
Who's up, Kurt?
No, Kenny. We got, sis, 4 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
4 minute warning.
Kenny, where were the Chinese fortune cookies invented? China, Japan, United States, or San Francisco? Chinese fortune cookies.
United States.
San Francisco.
United States.
Well, San Francisco is the answer.
Give you a history lesson now, Mr. Sis. That's the United States.
Kurt, what animal cannot stick out its tongue? A cat, a crocodile, a walrus, or a mongoose? Cannot stick out its tongue.
A mongoose.
Crocodile.
Eddie Murphy saying, isn't San Francisco in the United States?
Yes, but the answer is San Francisco.
Okay.
For a second-
You're the boss.
Hey,
Thank you.
Ed. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
my back there, Ed.
Kenny, the Empire State Building is made out of how many bricks? 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, or 10 million? How many bricks?
I'm going to go the highest number there. I'm going to go 10 million.
Very good. That's a good guess. Kurt, on Sundays, it is illegal to sell this in Columbus, Ohio: cornflakes, pancakes, crumb cake, or jelly donuts?
Pancakes.
Cornflakes.
You
You're getting destroyed
know,
tonight.
Kurt ain't going to Columbus, Ohio.
No.
Kenny, last one for the first part. Walt Disney was afraid of what animal? Mice, a dog, a seal, or a mountain lion? Walt Disney himself.
I think I noticed. It's a mouse. Mice.
Okay. That wraps up.
Oh, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know
What?
what the score was.
Well, we have to give you the score.
I got destroyed round one.
You had 3.
Kurt didn't show up. He sat his starters that game.
Kurt,
That round.
and Mr. Kilpatrick had 8. That was
Wow.
the first round.
That might be the highest we ever got in one round.
Yeah, I think
Awesome.
so.
All right, sis, nice job. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go to MLB, some MLB talk before we get.
By the way, hold on, Kenny. Eddie Murphy saying, "Sis, you're gonna know this one. Crumb cake. I think I need to make a trip to B&W Crumb Cake in Hackensack."
Oh, yeah, he nailed it. You nailed it, kiddo.
No, Colonial's got my vote right now.
Yeah,
Kurt.
and they deliver, baby.
Yep.
They deliver to Maryland, sis.
How about this? I
Yep.
got to tell you a story. We went. Jen and I met Ryan down the shore last Friday. It was for Ryan's birthday a couple weeks ago. So on our way in, we planned Kenny to stop at Colonial to get crumb cake. Get out of the car. I look. What the hell is this? Closed until the week. Only open on the weekends until the following week.
Wow. That sucks.
Yep.
That's terrible.
All right, Mr. Kirkpatrick, what we got?
All right, I got another take for you guys. MLB has been in the news again this week, sis, Kurt. Pitchers with the sticky substances and sunscreen doctoring the balls. They're getting caught cheating. Well, they haven't gotten caught cheating. There's speculations that there's a lot of cheating going on. MLB announced that any pitcher caught cheating, first offense is going to be a 10-day suspension with pay, sis. Not without pay, with pay. What do you think about this rule? You think that it's, do you think it's fair, the rule? Do you think it's, just your overall thoughts about the whole cheating thing, the speculations? Garrett Cole, some other guys.
Right. It doesn't make sense. If you're caught, why would they pay you? It doesn't make any sense.
It's a paid vacation. You're not going to get paid on a vacation.
If you want my answer, I totally disagree with it. That's absurd, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
Eddie Murphy saying, "Why do pitchers get suspended, but Astros got nothing for cheating?" I heard this on one of the radio. I heard this on the radio the other day. Your key word you just said was, if they get caught, it's a 10-game suspension, right? If I'm a guy that's on the borderline of making the MLB or cut, I'm going to cheat. Think about it. You still got to catch me. But if I can't do it without cheating and I can't make the league, I'm still going to cheat. Like, for 10 games, it should be you're done. You're done. You're not playing. Then I'm going to think about it. But otherwise, I'm going to be out of the league if I don't cheat. So might as well try it, get away with it, and stay in the league. It's stupid. Eddie's right. What does it have to do with it's a stupid it's baseball is, you know what? Baseball just doesn't understand how to run their sport. They really don't. They've always, we want home runs. When it was McGuire and Sosa, right, sis, we were coaching in Rampo that time. Every night, let's watch the game. McGuire, Sosa, Bonds, blah, 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 blah. Now, then it's like, oh, well, you cheated. But they didn't care because it was the hottest thing. Now you're getting these pitchers. Right. It's okay. Now it's a problem. They don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
They don't know what they're doing.
Now they look the other way.
Then, now it's a problem. They looked the other way for how many years? Now it's a problem.
Couldn't agree more, Kurt, sis. I couldn't agree more with what you guys say. Cheating's been going on in baseball for forever. The late ones I can remember, Michael Pineda, Mike Scott. Remember Joe Niekro? I got nothing in my hands, and there's the Emery board. The
fell out of his back pocket.
Remember, I got nothing, and the tongue depressor came out of his hand. The doctrine's been going on for a while. Gaylord Perry with the spitballs, the Vaseline. Taylor Glasnow, I read this today. Taylor Glasnow's on the IL with a strained ACL or something. He's hurt. He's out. He openly admitted that MLB caught them by surprise, and they should have been a little more lenient on the substances they can use because he is using sunscreen. He openly admitted that he's using sunscreen.
I saw that interview.
How many more of these pitchers? I'm not going to say Jacob deGrom. He's having a great year. He's always been top of the game. I won't even use Garrett Cole in the mix. You got a guy out there in San Francisco who's having a career year, more probably ERA less than 2 than he's ever. His ERA is less than 2. It's a 1.4 ERA, and that's Kevin Gausman.
Right.
Never was probably under 4 ERA, barely. Now, do you think maybe he's cheating, or is he just having a phenomenal year? You know, that's just one name out there. You know, we're gonna see the effects. Like now, Darryl comes out and he gives up 5 runs, Next 3 games, he averages 5 runs. Then I'm gonna say, oh yeah, you know what? Maybe he is putting a substance on the ball.
Couple comments. Eddie Murphy.
I think the cheating's got to stop, Kurt, but they got to do it. Suspend them 10 games without pay. You know,
it's nothing.
Second
Nothing.
offense, you're suspended for a month. Third offense, you're suspended for the year.
Yeah.
It's the only way it's going to stop.
That's it. Kenny, couple comments. Eddie's saying there was a picture going around that the sticky stuff is on the catcher's gloves. He also said Pedro Martinez said on live TV the other day that he always used something, and that Glasnow blamed the banning of sticky substance on his injury.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's banning it. So it was and who just went out today with elbow soreness? Just saying, the guy's having a phenomenal year, and I'm not taking anything away from him because I do believe he's not cheating, but DeGrom elbow soreness today. You know, is everybody, you know, it's not cheating until you get caught. Or, you know, we had this whole discussion with the PEDs. You know what? Now Major League Baseball's putting a ban on it. Now it's cheating if you do it. Do I consider it cheating before? No. So were these guys doing anything wrong? No. If Major League Baseball is allowing them to use sunscreen and sticky stuff, then I'm all for it. But now that it's illegal, not allowed, I don't want to see the pitchers doing it.
Right. It's
and 10 games with pay.
It makes no sense. Sis said it before. It just makes no sense. It's stupid.
You know what? Well, joking aside, no, I'm Dodgers. You know, I'm just gonna throw a name out there. I'm Clayton Kershaw. Oh, you know what? I don't feel like going to Colorado. Our next 2 games on the schedule with Colorado. Right. My next schedule starts. It's Colorado and Pittsburgh. I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna go to on vacation for 10 days down to Miami and sit in the sun for 10 days.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Crazy.
So anyway, that was that one. I got another Major League Baseball topic. Eddie, you could play along with this. I got a little buy and sell. Trade deadline is about a little over a month away. Some teams listed in their records. Sis, Kurt, you tell me if they think they're going to be a buy or a sell, and what you think would be their best. Who do you think would be a good player or a position that they need? You don't necessarily have to give me a player. You can give me a position. I'm going to start with the Mets. Their payroll's $196 million, guys. They're 34-25 record. They got a 5-game lead in the American League, National League East. Sis, do you think they're going to be a buyer or seller? Do you think they're going to be a buyer at the trade deadline, or are they going to stand pat?
I think they're going to stand pat with what they have right now. They're hot.
Okay. Kurt.
It's tough because Sis is right. They are hot. You know, can I could see him one more reliever, maybe one more bat. You know, if they can get one more bat to put in that lineup, or a reliever. I think they'll be buyers, though. They might do a little something with the bullpen. I'm going to say.
And definitely, now you say back. What do you mean, an outfielder?
I'm going to say outfielder, like a Gonzalez maybe from Colorado. One of the Texas Ranger guys. He's Minnesota. See, I think Minnesota is a team that a lot of people didn't think they'd be selling, but since they're in last place, that's a lineup. Rosario, Cruz somewhere. That's the team I would look. That's the team I would be able to try to get an outfielder. But I think, like Sis, I think they're going to stand pat, but they're going to do something small in that bullpen.
Yeah, I agree. And how about this team, National League as well? We'll go Phillies, Kurt. $183 million payroll. And they are in second place with a 32-33 record. What do you think they're going to do at the deadline? Buy, sell, stand pat?
I think they're going to be buyers because, just like you said, they're spending a lot of money. Even a wild card for them will be successful to get them in the postseason. So I think they're going to be a buyer too. Who? I don't know. Maybe one of the Detroit pitchers, if that's possible. Again, I don't know. I would like maybe one more pitcher for them. Bullpen again. I think they need a bullpen too, but maybe a starter. I could see like me. I would take like a Baumgartner there.
He is on the 10-day IL, but he's shoulder, but I would take him on
if he's back.
Yeah. Sis, how about you? Phillies.
Kurt stole my thunder. Same thing. They need pitching. So they're going to be buyers and looking for a pitcher.
Okay. Stay in the National League East. Got a lot of good teams here. Let's go with the Braves, Sis. 30-34, a little underachieving with $141 million payroll. What do you think they're going to do at the deadline?
Stay pat.
Stay pat? Kurt, how about you?
Yeah, same thing. I think, they're young. They're definitely underachieving. They're not going to sell off their guys. I mean, who are they going to sell off? They're not going to go Friedman or Acuna Jr. Their main guys are going to stay. Maybe a little tweak here and there for a bullpen, but like Sis said, they'll be fine. Their future's fine. I mean, they're just underachieving a little bit. That I think they'll do it.
The Ozuna thing hurt them. I think, maybe if anything, maybe they'll go out and try and get another outfielder on the cheap. Not somebody that's going to break the farm system up too much, not cost too much. They might try and get somebody who's having, down year in a small market or an underachieving team. So I think that might be the only move that they may make, try and upgrade the outfield a little bit. Then the last team, disappointing in my book, the Nationals, $170 million payroll, 29-35, Kurt. Buy, sell, stand pat.
I think this is when they're gonna sell. And when I say sell, Corbin, Scherzer, I don't know about Strasburg. He's still a little young, but Corbin and definitely Scherzer. If somebody wants to give you, something nice for Scherzer, this might be the time to do it.
Agree. And Sis.
Totally agree. Kurt nailed it.
Let me give you a couple other names on there. Kyle Schwarber's out there for Nationals. Josh Bell. Brad Hand, there's your reliever. And John Lester, a veteran starter.
Yeah.
That probably won't cost much. So there's a lot of big-time sells there. The Nationals can go in full rebuild mode. And this might be the year to, because these guys aren't getting any younger.
Yeah, and you know what, too, Kenny? I think they look and they say, okay, Atlanta's definitely got the better future than them. The Mets are definitely the better team this year. Bless you. So even a wild card spot for them is going to be tough this year. This might be the time to move them.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that team, so I think this might be the year to move them. Let's move to the American League. Mr. Siciliano gets the privilege of getting first crack on this one. The New York Yankees, $201 million payroll, 7.5 games back, Sis. What are they going to do at the trade deadline? Buy, sell, stand pat.
They'll need 3 shopping carts to go shopping. That's all I'm going to say.
Eddie's saying, knowing Cashman, he will say we have Severino and Kluber coming back. That's the same as a trade. I think the Yankees are, I think they're going to be buyers. I think they're going to do anything possible to get into that wall. I think the division's done. I don't think they can win the division. And I think that like they're going to try to save face and do anything to get in that postseason and get in that wild card anyway. So, listen, this ain't right. This ain't wrong with the 3 carts, man. They need a lot. But I think they're stuck now. What are they going to do? You know, maybe the kid Gallo from Texas. I mean,
I think this is the year he buys because I think he knows his job may be on the line.
Right. That's what I'm saying, to do anything to get in.
And here's some trades I threw out there. Colorado, John Gray. I know he's not, I'm not talking about superstar pitcher here, but you bring Trevor Story with John Gray. John Gray's ERA is, I got it written down. John Gray is 4-6 in Colorado with a 4.2 ERA in Colorado.
Yeah.
Not bad in Colorado.
Hell no.
So you take him out of Colorado, he might be a good 4 or 5 star for you. But the other guy, I'm finally going to agree with you, Kurt. Get Madison Bumgarner over here.
Yep.
Or go and get the Nationals, but not Max Scherzer. Go get John Lester. He's been in that Red Sox-Yankees rivalry. Get him fired up. Get him to go up against his old team, Boston, and you get some life from him.
Why not? Why not?
Not going to cost you much. Not going to cost you much. You give him a lower level prospect, and you get John Lester. Why not? You're taking that payroll off of Nationals, and you're getting a veteran pitcher that can be your number 2 or number 3 starter in your lineup there. Let's go to this team. I think you're gonna know where you're going. But the Twins, 26-41.
Oh, they're selling.
Here's some names out there. Sis, Twins are selling, right?
Yep, for sure.
Josh Donaldson. Who goes and gets him? I'm going to change the questions up a little bit because this is definitely a sell team.
Hell yeah.
And I got names written down here. Josh Donaldson. Does he get moved?
Yeah.
Where would he go out of these buyer teams? Like or somebody else that we didn't list here. Like, could he be a shot at the Mets? Could he be a possibility for the Mets?
Yeah, he could, because the Mets have always been linked to Chris Bryant from the Cubs, and I don't think he's going to move. So, yeah, I think that is a possibility.
Me too. Here's another team I got listed down. This one's interesting. 33-35, the Anaheim Angels. $182 million payroll. They are 9 games back, but they got Shohei Ohtani, who's front runner for MVP. Trout is hurt. They still got Anthony Rendon and Justin Upton there. Is this a team that buys, sells, stands pat?
I think they should sell. I think that they're going to, again, it depends. What are they in the wild card? Like now they're 6 behind. Or if it's 8 and 9, I think they could sell. If it's 3 to 4, I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to be like the Yankees and say, let's get in. Listen, they would be a dangerous team if they got in and they won a wild card game and they become in. So, I think it's going to depend. Like 6 and 7, sell. 3 and 4, I think they buy.
By you, Sis, with the Angels, interesting team.
I think they buy. Mm-hmm.
I think they buy, and here's the interesting part about this: you don't want Shohei Ohtani getting hurt, and he's pitching and hitting. So I think you got to buy and get some pitching for this team. You don't have much pitching there.
Now I will say this though, Kenny. I will say this: I could definitely see them selling in the offseason if they don't win.
Yeah.
That's
now if they were sellers, who gets moved out of here? Is it Rendon? Does Rendon move? That's a big contract.
I don't think they move Trout.
They're not going to move Trout. Justin Upton probably gets moved. Otani, they're not going to move Otani.
No, they won't move Otani.
So they got problems there. You know, they moved Pujols already. You know, they got problems there. They need pitching in the worst way. You know, could this be a landing spot for Max Scherzer if Scherzer gets healthy? You put Scherzer and Otani in that rotation.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking. You guys want to talk about any other teams while we're waiting for a guest? Got the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's an 43-26. They just lost Glass now. It don't matter who they lose. They keep winning. They got a payroll of $68 million, and they're in first place.
Nuts.
You know, are they buyers? Are they sellers? They're not sellers. You know, you don't know with them. Maybe they are sellers, but who are they going to sell? I couldn't name 5 guys on the team if they're in first place.
You know who's a
They
guy?
go and buy-
You know who I would keep mind of? Remember a couple years ago when the Yankees got Encarnacion, right?
Yeah.
They got Encarnacion because they wanted to keep him from Tampa Bay, wanted him. Remember that? Yep. I could see them like a guy like Nelson Cruz.
That's a good move.
You know, just one big hitter, put him as a DH, you know, like there's your bat in that lineup. But I just think, again, there's somebody, they're like Atlanta to me. Like, they don't move a lot. You know, they don't buy and sell. Like, I mean, why would they sell? They're 43-26.
I like it. Yeah.
You know?
No, they're not going to sell. Would they buy? They're not going to buy a star.
I could see them getting a bat. I could see them getting a Nelson Cruz. They tried doing it 2 years ago. They with Encarnacion. I could see that being the same move.
They obviously doing something right there in the farm system.
Yeah.
How about the Red Sox? Sis, 41-27. Are they going to be a buyer or a seller?
They and Pat.
Kurt, how about you? They got a big payroll. 176.
You know what? Same thing like Sis said. Stay in Pat. Again, I think they're willing to spend. Can they get another pitcher somewhere down the line? Maybe.
What's the story with Chris Sale out there? Is he going to be pitching at all?
I don't know. I mean, that would be a bone. I mean, that's a home run if that happens. But I can
Eovaldi is doing the job there, you know, and they still got Xander Bogaerts, JD Martinez.
Can't you see Boston as a team to inquire about Scherzer? You know, I could see Boston with a Scherzer.
See them trying to do something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a team right now that I think is going to buy because they're overachieving and they're right there in the hunt. Cleveland Indians got a $52 million payroll. They unloaded a lot of payroll, and they're 8 games over 500.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team I could see going out and buying for a bat. You know, maybe a Justin up in the play in the outfield, or you know, Kyle Schwarber, or somebody going over it. You know, because the Nationals are going to unload. Josh Bell. You know, I could see them making a move for another bat. They still got Shane Bieber over there, and their pitchers are doing good. They're overachieving a little bit. I could see them moving. And how about the A's Astros? Any big moves there? We know the Astros always make moves.
Again, I think the Astros are kind of like the team that says, F you, you know, like we're going to buy. You know, there's a pitcher, they dangle a pitcher, they'll go get him. You know, hey, who in the American League? I mean, listen, if the Astros are in the postseason, why can't they win it? Why can't they go to the World Series?
Yep.
You know?
All right, I'm gonna name, since like I said, we're waiting for our guests. I'm gonna name some players, and you predict what team they're gonna be on. Or you could say the same team.
Okay.
Max Scherzer, Kurt, where will he be at the trade deadline? With the Nationals or somebody else? And who would that somebody else be?
I'm going out of the blue. I just said it. I'm going Boston. Matt Scherzer.
Boston. Max Scherzer, Sis. Does he stay where he's at, or does he get moved?
Kurt nailed it on the head. I think he's going to the Red Sox too.
I'm going.
That'll be a big addition. That'll be a big addition for the Red Sox. They're going to win the American League East too. Well, go ahead.
No. I'm going to go Anaheim Angels on Scherzer.
Okay.
I think he's going there. Let's stay with the John Lester. I got the Yankees with Lester.
No.
What do you got, Sis?
Nope, 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 nope. What would my wish be? You're asking me?
No. Where do you think John Lester would go?
Mm. I don't know. It's a good question. Yankees, you said. I don't think the Yankees.
You got somebody, sis? Kurt?
Oakland?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll throw Oakland out.
Madison Bumgarner, Kurt.
Oh, I told you he should be on the Yankees.
He
You
would be
ready?
a perfect Yankee. I agree. I got to go there now.
You ready? I'm calling it right now. Houston Astros.
Whoop. Sis.
I would take him on the Yankees in a minute.
Kurt, Nelson Cruz. You said it.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, right? I'm going to go. Yeah, Tampa Bay looks like a nice landing spot for him. I could also see him going to like Oakland. Yes.
To the Mets.
Oh, see, that's the move the Mets make. That could be a move the Mets make right there.
Just to come off the bench. Just to come off the bench.
You're laughing.
I know.
Laugh.
You put him in that lineup, man.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
How about this guy, Josh Donaldson, Kurt? We were talking about that was the Mets for me.
You were talking Mets. Can't go to the Giants. I don't know. That's a tough one. What's Milwaukee got at third?
A team that's overachieving that I didn't mark on here. Might be a good move for them over there. So, I don't know, but well, that's what I got for baseball. You want to move to Briggsy Bronco Mania?
Yeah, we're gonna move. We're gonna wait for our guest. He should be coming on at 9:25. Again, Briggsy Broncos Mania. We had this segment on for our great friend, Mr. Michael Briggs. We always said that we're going to keep him part of our show, and he is part of our show every week. The two things he loved, the Broncos and wrestling, which this weekend he would love it because Hell in a Cell is on Sunday, so he would be fired up over that. I got to get Sis to start watching wrestling again. That's what I think I got to do. Sis, what do you think? Is there a chance or no?
See, I just can't get into the.
I'd rather watch ice melt on an August day sitting in a park than watch wrestling. It is so I was going to share with you last night. I was watching, I don't know if it was The Undertaker or whatever. It must have been from years ago. He comes into the ring. McMahon's got a suit on. It's so phony.
It's a male soap opera.
The problem with WWE is really downhill. You got to admit, it's gotten bad. Every time they got a good gimmick, they give up on it. The Fiend. Where's the Fiend been the last 2 months? They had that good thing going with Alexa Bliss, and they take the Fiend off the air. It's like, come on. It's like you
Then there was another one on. The guy wanted to fight
wrestling. I get into the organization.
The guy wanted to fight Mike Tyson. I mean, come on, man. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Listen, it's a male soap opera, is what it is.
You and Briggsy love that.
I love it.
And I used to bust
bring back Triple H or HBK as the manager, the stable leader of the DX, like a manager, and bring back the NWO, Kevin Nash or somebody like that running the NWO. That's what you got to do. Bring back the factions. That's how you get the fans back.
But do you think
Bruno Sammartino on Saturday nights? I used to tell my grandfather, "This is all fake, pops." He used to get so mad at me.
We haven't. Our guest is trying to join us, Kenny. I'm in communications with him. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about the Broncos. I want to talk about the offensive. I want to talk about their offense. Did you know this, guys? They got ranked like Pro Football Talk ranks rosters. Okay, this is with Drew Lock as their quarterback. With Drew Lock, they ranked the Denver roster as the number 6 roster in the NFL. What's your thoughts on that real quick? Kenny?
They got the defense. They got the offense. You throw a quarterback in there, just throwing the names out there, AR. They're a top 3 team in the NFL.
It's...
you got, in my opinion, a under the radar draft pick. Najee Harris is getting all the hype. Travis Etienne's getting all the hype. You got the running back.
Oh, he's a stud, Kenny. He's a stud.
But and nobody's talking about him because all the hype is on Najee Harris.
And you got a nice 1-2 punch, him and Gordon. He's going to play. They're talking about he might be RB1 at some point this year. And him and Melvin Gordon is a nice little tandem.
Yeah. Kurt, I'm going to bring our guest in. I'm going to let you introduce him.
Okay.
Just let him connect to his audio, and
all right.
We'll be ready to go. I think he's on. You there?
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Okay, don't have any video. I don't know if you want it like that. It's fine.
Let's see here.
You don't have to. It's
Take
up
a
to
look.
you, J-Rock.
Some reason my videos decided not to
All right,
work.
that's fine. That's fine. We can work. We can do it like this. This is J-Rock Smith from our great friends from the Rocky Mountain Sports Report. Please, J-Rock, I want you to introduce yourself a little bit, give us a little background, and of course, plug the shows.
All right. Well, thanks for the introduction. Yeah, I'm Jared. I go by J-Rock. We are Rocky Mountain Sports Report, and what we do is we do 4th and 99, we touch base on Broncos football. We also have In the Crease, which hits on Avalanche hockey, 5280 Elevation, which is our Nuggets broadcast. And we enjoy talking about sports and Colorado sports. We're looking to expand and trying to get into NCAA football with Colorado University. At some point, we'd even like to get into high school sports.
Awesome. We do a show all in on high school sports. My wife and I do it, and it's a phenomenal. We love doing it. We love covering the high school athletes in this area, and it's a big hit. But we wanted to bring you on for 2 separate segments. Obviously, our first one is we call it Briggsy's Broncos Mania. It's one of our great friends who tragically suddenly passed away. And the 2 things he loved were the Broncos and wrestling. So we call this segment Briggsy's Broncos Mania. And I'm a diehard Bronco fan, so we always give 1 segment a Wednesday to talk Broncos. So we want to bring you on, bring your expertise. And what we were talking about before is the Bronco roster in general. I know Pro Football Talk a couple months ago came out, and they ranked Denver with the 6th best roster, and that was including Drew Lock as their quarterback. So I know the quarterback's a big question, and we could talk hours about Lock, Bridgewater, pray to God, Aaron Rodgers. But if you take the quarterback out of the equation, the Bronco roster, okay, let's break this down on offense. I'm just going to throw some names out. Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, Noah Fant, Williams, Melvin Gordon, okay? A nice now offensive line led by Pro Bowler Garrett Bowles. What is besides that quarterback, if you take that offensive roster, where would you rank them in the NFL?
Oh, man. Offense itself with those guys you just listed, not even listing everybody else. Man, I think we'd be top 3 easy. I mean, just the receiving core that we have is just phenomenal. And I mean, top to bottom. And if we kept Hamilton, he didn't get hurt. If we would have kept him on, I mean, even though he wasn't the greatest, he was getting better. You could see it this last year. He was improving. And so, yeah, I think top to bottom, the offensive line is the one area where I'd still say that we're still taking a little bit of a hit. Just dealing with Cushenberry, if he can continue to improve, which it sounds like he is doing during the offseason, I think we're going to be in a lot better shape. It seemed to me that he was our biggest hole on the offensive line this last year, outside of the right tackle, with having such an influx, but it just seemed like so much pressure was coming up the middle.
Now we get to the $1 million question. It's the quarterback position, and I brought this up. We talk about it every week, but I brought it up in Sis and Kenny, and even I agreed with it. And I think it's a little complicated because we have a head coach who's, I mean, very, very has a hot seat, and no September wins, winless in 2 years. He's got to get off to a quick start, or it could be bye-bye for Vic Fangio. But it's complicated because Sis and Kenny both said it should be Drew Lock, and then if he doesn't do it, move it to Teddy Bridgewater. But if you're Vic Fangio, do you go with the safer guy, the guy that's going to make the less mistakes, and go Bridgewater and play to your defense? What do you think they will do, and what would you do?
Well, I think that Fangio with Bridgewater, yeah, he may be a safer bet, but for Fangio, he's got to decide, am I going to play it safe and just play for my job, coach for my job, or am I going to coach this team to win? And that's what I think is the biggest things with Drew Lock. I think that Bridgewater, yes, he will manage the game, but I think Drew Lock, if he can continue to develop and continue to play smart, he is going to be the one that's going to get the W's.
I totally
And if it was
agree.
me,
Right.
yeah.
If
it was me, I'd go Drew Lock. I mean, I was excited when he started, when those last 4 games of his rookie year. I thought he was going to be it. This last year was a lot of up and downs. You can blame it on COVID. You can, take all these other things into the equation. He's just got to get smarter. He's got to play better football and make his reads and stop holding the football and stop dancing around. Just get it done. Throw the ball. Play smart. Stop trying to go for the deep threat on every play. That's Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. That's what they've always done. They've been able to pick apart defenses by just playing in the short game, and that's what Drew Lock needs to do too.
Now, I'm going to bring out a question. I'm going to start with Kenny, then I'm going to go with Sis, and then I'll finish with you. But it's actually funny because we had this discussion. I was having it with my wife. She's a big-time sports fan, and we were talking about Drew Lock the other day because you just nailed it, where he's got to learn. Don't go for the home run. Don't go for the home run. But when you're in Missouri, right, and you're playing against Sis's Alabama, my Auburn, Florida, Georgia, if you don't put up 50, you're going to lose by 30, and you have to score every drive. Do you think Kenny? I'll start with Kenny. Do you think that? I know we're all saying it. Take the check down. Don't throw it. But when you played your career in Missouri like that, where you had to be that gunslinger, it's all on you. Your defense is going to your defense is going to give up 45, so you got to score 48. Is it really hard for you to all of a sudden now, I got to become a different player, Kenny? What's your thoughts on that? Do you think, and that's one of Drew Lock's problems?
I do. You hit it. I do. It's hard. Like, you come from any, different systems. You know about it in the NFL. Quarterbacks have different coordinators every year. They always say, "Oh, he's got a new coordinator, his third system in 3 years." So yeah, I do think that plays effect. But now he's got another year under his belt with Pat Shurmur. So I think it's put up or shut up for him, over there in Denver. And when you're done with this question, I got a follow-up question. But yeah,
okay.
I think it does affect. But I think now in the same system for 2 years, now it's time. He knows the Denver system. I think it's time to mature a little bit.
Sis, what's your thoughts on that with Drew Lock? Do you think coming from Missouri and where everything's on his shoulders, it's just it's hard for him to get away from that, and he thinks that's how he has to play as a quarterback in the NFL.
He has to play in the Broncos system. It's as simple as that. He's not at Missouri anymore. He's not a college kid anymore. If he plays in this system, I think he'll be fine. If he tries to take it on his shoulders and do some of the stuff he did last year, you're going to be in the same boat. You're going to be in the same boat. But like we said earlier, I give him 3 or 4 games. If he's 2-2, they'll leave him in. If he's 1-3, whatever, you're going to see Teddy Bridgewater on the field.
J-Rock, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think that's part of Drew Lock's problem? He still has that, I have to carry this team like Missouri. Do you think that's an issue at all?
It could very well be an issue. I think with a lot of college quarterbacks, almost anybody in the SEC really has to play to that level. Like, if we don't put up 50, we're going to lose. And so it's constantly trying to outgun the other team. And so I think it's just taking a step back, trusting his teammates and knowing that, they have his back, and that's all he's got to do is just get in there, manage the game, take care of the football, not make silly decisions with it, and not worry about that home run every now and then. I mean, every now and then, great. Yeah. If it's open and it's there, take it. But if it's not there, don't be afraid to throw your check down.
Right. Absolutely. And again, now the $1 million question, J-Rock, I'll start with you. Aaron Rodgers. It's crazy because Kenny just said it before, you put number 12 on this roster. He said they're top, they're an instant Super Bowl contender, top 3 team in the NFL, hands down. When you just think about it, you're like, oh my God, like just the possibilities of, oh, we don't have a quarterback to we're a Super Bowl contender. And I don't know if we're the favorites over Kansas City, but we're pretty damn close. What's your thoughts about it? And what percentage would you give it for this year? I know there's talk about next year and all, but let's get for this year. Would you want to do it? You think it's going to happen, and what percentage?
So, I mean, obviously Aaron Rodgers is a phenomenal quarterback, and he would push our team to the top. My issue with Rodgers is that and I know that he can still play, but it's his age. All we do is put ourselves right back in the same cycle that we had with Peyton. Peyton was phenomenal for us, got a Super Bowl 50, helped us get to Super Bowl 50. Obviously that was all the defense that really won us that game. But, I feel like that's what Aaron Rodgers brings, is he brings a couple of good years, but then in a couple of years, we're still searching for the quarterback. So for me, I would say, let's just see what Drew Lock has, give it another year. If Lock isn't the answer, then we go all in on a guy. And if somebody else comes available, I know that Deshaun Watson's still a possibility, but obviously he's got those legal issues. So, but if that clears up and he becomes available at the end of the year and Block isn't the answer, then I'd say let's go somebody that we can get that's going to actually be able to lead this team for more than just 2-3 years, possibly.
And I totally agree with you, because you know what, and it's why nothing against Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy Bridgewater isn't the future quarterback of our team. I agree with you. If it's Drew Lock, and I said this to Matt, and we said it with Jerry or with Dave when we said it. Let's see if Drew Lock is it. There's still this mystery to him, because he, like you said, rookie year, those 4 games, he looked phenomenal. Last year, he gets hurt. Cortland Sutton gets hurt. There's no preseason. And you get to the part of where it's like, did he really, not that it's fair. I mean, it's fair for everyone, but we really don't know if he's the guy. So give him that one more year. If he's not, all bets are off, and you push all your chips in, like you said, Watson, Aaron Rodgers, whoever else is possibly Russell Wilson if he becomes available, then you go all in. So I totally agree. Real quick go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got one for you guys. I got the Broncos September schedule right in front of me here. Let's hypothetically speak, Drew Lock gets it done. This is your schedule. Now, you said Vic Fangio hasn't won a game, right, Kurt? You said in September.
Hasn't won a game in September in 2 years.
Here's their schedule. Open up against Sis and my Giants on the road. Then they go back-to-back weeks on the road. They go to Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. Then they got 2 home games, the Jets and the Ravens. My question to you guys is, what would the Broncos record have to be for there to be a successful September out of those 4 games. 2-2. Like what keeps Drew Lock's job? What makes Drew Lock lose his job? Okay, Kurt, I'll go with you first.
I think it has to be at least 2-2. I mean, 2-2.
There's no reason, and I'm a Giants fan, you guys can't go 3-1 in this September.
Right. I think I would say
we haven't won a game in
3-1
September
too.
neither with Joe Judge, so I don't know what to expect from us in September neither. We haven't won any games neither in September.
I would say 2-2 at worst.
Okay.
I would agree with that. I think 2-2. Really, for me, it's who they lose to. If they come out and lose to the Jets, if they come out, the Jaguars, they for some reason every time Denver goes to Jacksonville,
It's going to be hot in September there. Yep.
Yep.
And there's no reason why
Jets at home.
Ravens at home in September.
That's right. I apologize. I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh.
Right, but if you lose to the Jets at home, that's troublesome, in my opinion. If you lose to the Jets at home, so I would say 2-2.
I would agree 2-2, and I think Drew Lock has to be the starter, and he's got to put his, it's got to be his team. We're saying, put it on your shoulders. Go out there, make a statement, be 3-1. If not 3-1, be at least 2-2.
Yeah.
Go and beat the Ravens at home. Go and beat the Jets at home. Be a home, have the home field advantage, the thin air in Colorado, and then upset the Giants or win a game on the road in weeks 1 or 2, Giants or Jags, and go 3-1. Why not? Why not? I know you got a harder schedule as the season goes on, but take advantage of those early games on the schedule there.
Yep. All right, so with J-Rock, what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to a little hockey because I'm going to be honest, we're not really the biggest hockey guys, and even though I know it's probably a little shocking because the Islanders here are on fire, but so we like bringing in the hockey guys. You guys are at Rocky Mountain Sports Report are awesome with your shows. You guys have all the input. So real quick to talk, I was pulling. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really a hockey fan of one team, but I was pulling for the Avalanche, and all I heard on Denver radio. The past couple weeks was this could be the best team in Colorado sports history. So an easy first round, a 2-0 lead, below game 5, lose game 6, and it's a big disappointment. So for a minute or two, if you could just talk a little Avalanche, how surprised are you that they didn't get it done? They didn't even get to the semifinals, and how disappointing of a year was it?
Oh man, it was a complete disappointment for me. This team came out and the way they started playing was you just expected Stanley Cup. They were going to hoist the trophy. All season long they played really tight with the Knights, and I just kind of figured, they've got this. As long as we don't have to face the Knights in the playoffs, that's what my one biggest hope was, because the Knights, they just match up so well against what Colorado tries to do offensively, and they're big on defense, and that was really what I was kind of hoping to avoid, was having to play the Knights. And when we blew out in game 1, I was excited, but I had a gut feeling that things were not going to turn out very well after that. And so just the way it all went down, going up 2-0 and then end up losing the next 4 was just rough. We should have game.
Oh, I'm sorry, J-Rock. Would you say game 5 was one of the toughest losses you've ever seen as an Av fan?
We should have had that series in 4-1. Oh no, you're good.
Yeah. So, would you say that was one of the toughest losses you guys ever had though, as an Avs fan, that game 5?
Yes. Yeah, that was a tough one. Really, for me, what I'm looking at with the Golden Knights right now, I know this year was different with COVID, but in the future they're switching it back up, and I feel like the Knights are going to start becoming what the Red Wings were to us back in the 90s and 2000s.
Wow.
Yep. And
I don't know. I know they got the veteran goalie Fleury who took over. I don't know the other goalie's name, but wasn't it last year that it was just the other way around, that the younger goalie took over for Fleury, and they changed?
Oh yeah, Liner, I believe his name is Robin Liner. Leaner for the Knights. Yeah, he was the one that started in the net for the Knights in Game 1, and that's who Denver pretty much or the Avs just pretty much beat up with that one. And he didn't play at all in the first series against the Wild, so he was very rusty. So that was, they were trying to make sure to give Fleury that one game off, and that's basically shows that's all he needed. And he was pretty well lights out for the Knights. And we really, the biggest thing is we got away from our game. We just could not keep constant pressure in the offensive zone, getting 40 plus shots a night, and just making that goalie, flustered. And that's exactly what the Knights did to us. Is they just could not. They wouldn't leave Grube alone, and they just tormented and tortured him that entire game, the entire series. It was just really frustrating to watch our team just crumble under the pressure with that defense.
One more question going forward with the Avs now. Do they run it back again, or do you think they look and say, okay, it's another playoff, they didn't get to where they wanted to get, they have to make a little changes? Or do you say, let's do this one more time, stay with what we got, or do you think they have to change the philosophy a little bit?
So I think Bednar plays to the players' strengths. That team really seems like they're built for a very offensive firepower, but I think defensively we need to get bigger defensively. Makar is a phenomenal defensive player. Wouldn't change anything about him. I think that I'd rather if we had to get somebody up for the expansion draft, I personally feel like just let Gerard go. He really kind of killed us with all these turnovers, and really kind of got things going. But I like Ryan Graves. I think he's going to turn into a phenomenal defensive player too. But we need bigger defense that's going to help muscle the puck out of the offense or the defensive zone.
Okay, and last thing, by the way, Montreal is up 2-0 over Vegas in Game 2. Vegas is, who do you like coming out of that, knowing right now it's 2-0, still first period? You like Montreal or do you like Vegas?
Personally, I can't stand Vegas, so I'm going for anybody but Vegas at this point. I think Vegas this is probably going to a 6 or 7 game series as well. The way that the Canadians have been playing throughout their previous 2 series, just shocking everybody with winning the way they have and stuff, and sweeping the Winnipeg Jets. I just think
it'd be nice to get the Canadians and the Islanders in the finals.
Yeah, and then the last thing, J-Rock, like Kenny said, that here, I mean, I know they're talking about the barn's going to be on fire tomorrow for the Islanders. 1-1 coming for a Game 3
it's going to be really hard
Tampa
against
Bay.
the Knights.
What do you think for Islanders Tampa Bay? Who do you like coming out of there?
Oh man, with that Tampa Bay goalie, I can't even pronounce his name, but it's every time I watched one of the games and they flash to his face right before a face-off, his eyes are small, and then all of a sudden they go big, and you're just like, this guy is just in it. He knows exactly what he's doing. I think Tampa Bay is going to repeat this year, honestly.
Okay.
That was a heck of a Game 1. I did catch the end of that one. I thought they were going to catch them at the end and tie the Islanders, and it was going to go to overtime. But the Islanders, sorry, I'm going to butcher his name, Varlamov.
Varlamov, yeah.
I can't say that name, but he was an old. I'm here in Maryland, and we got a big Capitals fan base down here where I'm at, and he played on. He backed up Price when Price was the goalie for the Capitals over there, and he went with the coach because the coach he coached Capitals. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The Islanders coached Capitals, and when they bring those players over like a goalie like that, it tells me a lot. And he had a heck of a Game 1, that's for sure.
Yeah. He actually used to be the goalie for Colorado a long time ago, right before we got Group. We just called him Varley because saying his last name was a little bit easier, but it just made more sense to say Varley. It's
hard to say those hockey players' names, man.
Now, J-Rock, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. We'd love to talk anytime. Of course, we'll bring you back. Listen, we could talk Broncos every week. I mean, those guys, Kenny and Sis might not like it, but I can talk Broncos 7 days a week. So
we're gonna have a little fun. I think we might do a whole joint show come football season. That opening night.
I'll take my Bronco guys with me.
Get some of the Rocky Mountain fans over way. We'll have a little debate that whole night. We'll have a little fun show that night.
Sounds great, guys. I
I'm
really
down.
appreciate it. Thanks for the invite on the show too. And yeah, definitely if you guys pass the word, Rock Mountain Sports Report, if you know anybody that's a diehard Colorado fan, let them know.
Absolutely. I tell you, hey, you guys do a great job there. I'm always tuned in. I love the little lunchtime thing now. Dave and Alexander does. I was not supposed to say, but I was watching during lunch.
It caught me by surprise. I was like, oh, yeah, and I was on with Dave and Alex too. We were having a little fun on there. It was a great show.
Yeah, so everybody check it out. And J-Rock, thank you so much, and we'll definitely talk with you soon.
Thanks a lot. You guys have a great night.
You
too,
too.
too.
Okay, Kenny. So that was a little Broncos Briggsy Mania and some hockey talk.
J-Rock, Rocky Mountain Sport Report, they do an awesome job out there. Like I said, I listened in today. Caught me by surprise that they were on at lunchtime because our lunchtime is like they're like brunch time.
Yeah.
So it caught me by surprise, but no, excellent, excellent chat, and definitely love to have the guys on for a little Giants Broncos.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Have them on before that, obviously, but definitely maybe we'll set something up.
You know what I'm ready for right now, Kenny? I'm ready to get
nice round table.
I'm getting ready right now, Kenny, to come get you with Sis's Rapid Fire 2. I embarrassed myself round 1. I'm ready for round 2.
He threw it round 1. He set the starters. I see.
I sat the starters. I'm ready to go now.
He pulled the Clippers. He tanked that last game. So.
Okay, here we go. We'll start with Mr. Valenti, being that he got whooped the first round. What color is the black box in an airplane called? A blue box, an orange box, storage box, or a safe box?
Blue box.
Orange. Picked up where you left off. Kenny, what language did the word ketchup come from? Italy, China, Spain, or London?
London.
It's a minus for you. It's China. Kurt, world record for a hot dog eating by Johnny Chestnut. 55, 65, 70, or 74 hot dogs?
70.
74.
Oh, he just broke his own record.
Kenny, highest grossing holiday movie of all times. Miracle on 42nd Street, Home Alone, White Christmas, or Silent Night?
It's going to be Miracle on 42nd Street.
Home Alone.
Really?
Really. Kurt, oldest man in People's Magazine, the Sexiest Man Award, won it hands down. George Clooney, Sean Connery, Clint Eastwood, Robert Mitchum.
George Clooney.
Nope. Sean Connery.
I thought it was Eddie Siciliano.
Nope.
That would have got bonus points. You should have said it.
Hey, by the way, I got to get the pictures that I sent you guys. I got to get them up on the website this week. The cartoon pictures.
U.S. state with the longest constitution. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, or Washington?
Alabama.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Kurt, this is the #1 seller at Walmart. Water, tissue paper, bananas, or sandals? #1 seller at Walmart.
It's one of two. I'm going to go water.
Bananas.
That was
You weren't saying bananas. You were going to go
I was going to say paper towels.
Yeah.
Kenny, The world's first speeding ticket was issued in what city? New York, Boston, England, or France?
New York.
First speed ticket was England. Back to Kurt. Who lives in a trash can on Sesame Street? Cookie Monster, Big Bird, Oscar, no one.
It's got to be Oscar.
Very good. Your first plus of the night.
Did you know that, Kenny?
Yeah, that was the all right, warm up practice time. Bang.
There you go.
Kenny, what president of the United States made this statement? I will never eat broccoli anymore. Kennedy, George Washington, George Bush, Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
George Bush. Kurt. In Minnesota, it is illegally to be in bed with a woman, a man, a younger brother, or naked. In Minnesota.
A younger
It's illegal.
brother.
Nope. Naked.
What?
That's what it said. Illegal to be in bed with. Okay. Might have to put my glasses on for this one. Kenny, if you wear a bathing suit in Florida, it is illegal to sing, dance, drink alcohol, or swim.
Repeat that.
Yes. In Florida, it is illegal to wear a bathing suit to sing, dance, drink alcohol, or swim.
Drink alcohol.
Sing. And that completes our rapid fire for this evening.
Winner?
And this round was, that's it.
Who won this round? Who won?
Nobody. It was tied, 1-up.
You got me tonight,
Tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. Sis, what's the tiebreaker?
Tomorrow night you get the tiebreaker.
All right, good. I like it. I like it. Tomorrow night.
All right.
All right, Kenny, we got 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
We got 4 minutes.
All right, let me throw a little topic out here. Let me see what I want to bring, see what we want to talk about here real quick. All right, I got a good one. College football. Let's assume we're going to go to this 12-team playoff. Okay? I'm going to throw some teams out there, and you tell me if you think it's going to hurt them, and this is the long run, for like recruiting and bowls. You think it's going to hurt them? You think it's going to benefit them, or you think it's not going to make a difference? I'll start with Kurt. Notre Dame, is that going to make a difference for them if they stay independent? Is it going to hurt them or benefit them, or is it going to not make a difference?
It's going to benefit them.
Going to benefit them? All right, we'll do this like quick hitters, and then we'll do this discussion another time.
All right.
Sis, Notre Dame, is it going to hurt them or help them out, or is it not going to make a difference?
It's not going to make a difference.
Not going to make a difference?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to come to Sis on this one. Alabama.
Not going to make a difference.
Kurt.
It's going to help them because they're going to be in every year. So I would say with Sis too, it's not going to make a difference, but you may get it where Auburn beats them or LSU beats them, and now they're the 5th team. I'm going to say Ben because they're always going to be top 12.
I agree with Kurt, Sis. I think it's going to help them because, yeah, they're going to be in it every year. But what if they get that one loss early or somebody's having a phenomenal year?
Right.
like LSU had a couple years ago.
Right.
LSU had that phenomenal year. Alabama still sneaks in the playoff now
Yes.
as a
Yes.
6 or 7 at-large bid.
Yes.
You know, so they get into the playoffs. So I think it does help them. I agree. Let's see. Who else do I want to talk about? Let's do Central Florida.
Oh, helps.
Helps big time. What about you, sis? You think it helps or hurts?
Yeah, definitely helps. Definitely helps.
And they're my sleeper team, Kenny, this year with Gus going there.
It's going to be a huge sleeper team.
Yep.
It's going to be a team that, you know, the AAC is going to be, the AAC as a whole, it's going to benefit them.
Yes.
How about a team like Clemson? I think that's a team that could hurt a little bit because the SEC is going to get their 3 or 4 teams in every year as long as the SEC stays like it is. Clemson is going to have to win their ACC championship or luckily maybe get an at-large bid.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee.
I think for the next couple years, it's not going to matter. But for going forward, I would agree with you. But for the next 2, they'll be top 12, like Alabama.
Yeah. And sis, what do you think?
I agree with what you said. Same
Yeah,
thing.
I think it hurts them.
Yep.
So yeah, I think in general it's going to help a lot of teams because it's going to give them a chance to get in. But there are those couple teams I think it's gonna hurt. I think it's going to hurt a BYU because BYU is also independent unless they move to a conference. BYU is going to be underneath Notre Dame with no shot to get in there.
Right.
As an independent, unless they decide to move to a conference like the Pac-12 or Big 12, or even like the Mountain West, and go and try and beat Boise State for the division every year, and then get yourself in. So unless they move in, I think that's going to hurt them big time, because I really don't think they have a shot at getting in a playoff as long as they're independent.
Yep.
I think Notre Dame's the only one with a shot, and I'd like to see Notre Dame go to like the ACC or Big Ten, you know, and like I said, BYU go to Pac-12 or Mountain West. So that was just a little quick hitter
All
topic there at the end.
No, good show, boys. Mr. Sis, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. The Yankees are up 3-2 in the middle of the ninth. And looking forward to tomorrow night's show with Mr. Carson.
I'll go next. I'm looking forward to, obviously, Game 6. I just hope it goes to Game 7. I would be intrigued. I would be stunned if the Bucks lose tomorrow, but I'd be more stunned if the Bucks won Game 7 because I have no confidence in Budenholzer. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to look forward to a little Game 5 tonight after this. Sixers are up 14, and I'll get ready to watch a little Jazz Clippers tonight. Mr. Kirkpatrick, you got the final thoughts on the show.
Yeah, you stole my thunder with the NBA talk there. Curious to see, you know, if you're a buyer in baseball, go and buy now. Why wait for the trade deadline? You know, you're a team like the Yankees. Go make the move now. Why wait a month, 40 days?
Right.
You know, go and get that. Go and call Colorado. Get yourself Trevor Story and John Gray.
Right now.
And start. Why wait and then not get them? Because somebody else outbids you for them.
Yep.
You know, or a Madison Bumgarner. I know he's hurt, but just throwing his name out there. If he was healthy, go get him now. Why wait?
100% agree. Eddie's saying Nets in 6. Great show.
Why wait? Why wait for trade deadlines? You know why?
Yeah.
You know, this Aaron Rodgers thing, make a move for him now. You know, if you're the Packers, you know, why, if he's made it clear he's not going to play, and you think he's bluffing? I don't think he's bluffing.
No, I don't think he's bluffing either.
Why would you not want to get 3 first-round picks and risk this guy retiring?
Yeah.
You can get 3 first-round picks for him.
I know.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You know, you're not training him to the division. Brett Favre years ago played for the Vikings after Green Bay. Did he win in Minnesota? No, he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Right.
You're not guaranteed that he's going to win a Super Bowl. What are you so worried about?
Yeah.
Send him to Denver. Send them.
Hey, that's
Send
music.
them.
That's music to my
I
ears,
have this
Mr.
topic
Kirkpatrick.
tomorrow. I think we have this topic tomorrow about trade deadlines. Why do teams wait for trade deadlines?
No, I like
Why,
it. I like it.
You know, why, player like Aaron Rodgers, if he's threatening to retire, why not get what you can get for him? Did it not? Did Minnesota win with Favre? Did the Jets win with Favre?
No,
they
you're
didn't win
right.
no Super Bowl.
You're right. I hope you're wrong, because if he comes to Denver, I want him to win in Denver.
I know,
so I hope you're wrong.
As long as my Giants aren't there, I wish your team good luck. But we'll have this topic. I'll bring this up tomorrow.
I like
We'll
it.
talk about it.
I like it. So tomorrow, 6 to 7, we with our guy Carson Shear, Wits and Wagers. We'll make the remaining picks. We'll make some MLB picks, some hockey picks, and we'll go from there. Boys, have a good night.
You too.
And we
See
will
you
see
tomorrow.
you guys
Valenti,
tomorrow.
enjoy the games.